you get the 5-hour energy.
Yes.
Yes.
So it says, here's another one. Speedway maximum size Diet Dew. Good morning. I have to stop and get my Tim Hortons large iced coffee every morning. It's a must-have. That's from Gerald in Brownstown.
Totally with Gerald. I need the iced. I hate the hot. Love the ice.
See, I can't get behind the iced coffee. We talked about this the other day. Iced or hot. In the morning, I don't care how hot it is outside. It has to be a hot coffee. Even later in the day, it's got to be hot coffee. I have no problem. But the iced coffee, but I know people are into
the ice. Little shot of the French vanilla.
Continue on to South Telegraph Road.
Large, triple hot. The old way, 6 and 6. DJ at work.
What's that?
In 1 mile, take a slight right turn onto Orchard Lake Road.
Triple.
Well, I think it's triple.
Yeah.
Triple hot.
Triple hot.
Yeah.
It's very hot. Yes.
The old way. Yeah. But you did ask for them to say how they order it.
I mean, I appreciate it, but the lingo always makes me feel like I don't belong in the coffee community.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know what any of that means.
So John in Clinton Township, he goes Dunkin' original blend, double.
Now what do you think that means? Double like basketball? Like 10 rebounds, 10 points?
Yeah, could be. 10 assists.
Good for you. It's a heck of a day.
And last one, this is from Kevin in a car. I get a venti salted caramel cold brew with no ice. It's like rocket fuel.
Okay.
She says, step your game up, Joe.
Break that down.
Yes.
Say that again?
A venti, which would be a large.
Large, yes.
Salted caramel cold brew. So you get the cold brew.
Sounds rather tasty.
Yeah, salted caramel.
Yeah.
But then it's no ice, so it's not too cold.
Yeah.
It's like rocket fuel.
And it doesn't get watered down either.
That's true.
Genius.
That's true.
Genius.
That's
Use the right lane to take a slight right turn onto Orchard Lake Road.
At a minimum.
Amazing. How expensive that stuff is.
But yesterday was the first day of pads at Lions practice. It was the first day of pads for a lot of teams in the NFL. And
take a slight right turn, then turn right.
Yesterday, he was excited about the first day of pads.
At the stop sign,
I get excited about
turn
the first
right
day of
onto Orchard
pads.
Lake Road.
And most guys, especially if you're over D-line, you get excited about the first day of pads because you finally get a chance to play the game of football the way it was designed to be played. Now, there are still some precautions in place, and JT Ibe down in Carolina found out what those precautions are. He was a rookie, undrafted rookie, trying to make the team, hit a defenseless receiver, knocked him out, ended up taking the receiver to the hospital, and by the time he got off the practice, he was kicked out of practice, and later that day was cut. And I know there's a lot of people that say, well, that seems to be a very, an overreaction to cut a guy. But when you are a rookie, one of your jobs is to learn
arrive at
how
West
to
Long
be a
Lake
pro.
Road and Orchard Lake
He's also an
Road.
undrafted free agent, meaning he's probably not going to make the team to begin with.
Right.
So it's easier to cut that guy than it is like a second-round draft pick.
Yeah, and you make a statement to your team at that point. Hey, they probably came out of a meeting that says, hey, we're going full pads today. You don't touch the quarterback. You thud up the running backs. The receivers, you don't hit a defenseless receiver, and you thud them up as well after they catch the ball. Let them finish in the end zone. No one's going to make the team just because they made a practice-saving tackle on a wide receiver or a running back. So that's the story behind that one. But yesterday, Dan Campbell did share his experience of the first day of pads with the New York Giants.
Since we're in first pass, I was thinking about this. I kind of told the team this last night, but so I'll never forget this. I was a rookie. I go to the New York Giants. Howard Cross was, 10-year, 11-year vet. He was a tight end. He was huge. Played a long time. But at that time, you just roll out there in pads, like we said. I mean, there's no acclimation. You go. And so I'm a rookie, and he says, hey, Dan, are you ready? I was like, yeah, I'm ready. He goes, okay, so when this thing goes down, make sure you got my back. And I was like, what are you talking about? When this thing goes down, I said, what's going down? He said, just have my back. Make sure you got my back, and so. And so it was like first period, team run. And it was like literally the first play. And one of our D linemen just slugs the crap out of our center, and it's all out. It's an all-out brawl. And look, and there's Howard like somebody's on his back, you know. And so I'm running over there, and you know, you're grabbing people. You're just trying to get involved, but yet you don't really want to be in there and fight in the middle of all of it. So it's really changed a lot since then. But it was like every day, first day of camp, here we go. That's not what I'm looking for. That was the point of the story. That's not what I'm looking for, guys. We're not out here to. But it was pretty funny.
It is funny because
I don't know. It sounds kind of like maybe that is what he's looking for.
well, he wants to set the tone that if scuffles happen, it's just part of the game of football. Now, do you want an all-out brawl, offense on defense? You're not looking for that, but you're looking for guys to go out there and set the tone. And setting the tone on the first day of pads is very important. And it was reported yesterday that two rookies had a little dust up, and that was wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown and cornerback Ifeatu Melifonwu.
Stay in the left lane.
I think I said
Nicely done.
yes.
You convinced me.
And they had a little, I think it was reported as a slap fest, which is kind of what you get when you have a receiver and a defensive back. Like, they want to fight, but they don't
Look
really
at you,
want to fight.
just making fun of the
I'm not
guys that
making
play the
fun of it.
position
It's not
you
a
didn't
real
play.
fight, because I did bring this up last week at the Dallas Cowboys training camp, and you kind of know that this is when football season is really rocking and rolling. They had one-on-one pass pro with the offensive defensive line, and there was a fight, and it ended up being offensive line versus defensive line. It was a mosh pit, and there were helmets being thrown, fists being thrown. That is an actual fight. And do you want to see that every time that you get out there? No, because you're not getting anything done when guys are fighting. But with the New York Giants yesterday, to kind of bring this full circle, and I'm wondering if this is a Giants team tradition, organizational tradition. They had a full-on brawl, offense, defense,
In 1
and
mile,
not only
arrive
that,
at West
but
Long
their
Lake Road and
quarterback,
Orchard Lake
Daniel
Road.
Jones was on the bottom of the pile. Now, their head coach, Joe Judge, took exception to this and berated the team for, they reported 10, 15 minutes. They had to get up. Practice was over. Run 100-yard sprints, do push-ups until they knew what they did was not right. Now, when your quarterback is at the bottom of the pile, we've already seen quarterbacks get hurt. I can understand his reaction to a point, but that seems to be a bit of an overreaction. Where is the line? Where is it where it's okay, but we don't want it to go too far? I think is always the question that is faced by football players, because you just spent the whole offseason craving that contact. You play the game because it's a violent sport. There's nowhere else in the world where you get a chance
Starting route to
look across
1101
the
Ivy
line
Glen
right
Circle.
now, and
At the
Jeff
next
Reed,
light,
if we were in
turn
full
left.
pads, I would be able to do whatever I wanted to you, and people would cheer you on.
Wait, so you're saying
do that now?
You're saying people would cheer you on if you smacked me, if you hit me, if you fronted me.
At the
that's
light,
such a shot.
turn left onto West Long Lake
The
Road.
more the fans are going to get involved, and they
You know
love
what?
it.
You know what I like about you? Every time you start talking about football, I've told you this before. Every time you get fired up, you get a little more animated. You sound like Brandy or Bo. Like there's something, the Michigan football thing inside of you comes out, and you know what I'm talking about?
It's a football man.
Yeah.
It's a football man voice. It just happens. So
It's like everything clenches up and you're just ready to hit somebody.
yes, I am ready to hit somebody, and luckily for me, you showed up today. But I want to tell you
'cause you're not gonna
my
hit Stoney.
story when we come back. I could. Maybe that's what happened to his eye. There's still trying to figure out what actually happened, but he will be back tomorrow. So it
In
wasn't
7
gonna be
miles,
too bad.
turn left
I'm
onto
going to tell you
Eastways
my
Road.
story. I'm also going to give you some thoughts on where that line actually is, and we'll get to that next. 97.1 The Ticket. Hey, if you're dealing with old sports injuries, arthritis, or joint pain, if you've been told you possibly need a new hip or a new knee, pay attention, because I want to tell you about Straith Orthopedics. Dr. Brand and Dr. Fleischman at Straith are Michigan's top hip and knee robotic joint replacement specialists with 2 convenient locations. They got one in West Bloomfield, the other one in Southfield. All you got to do is call 855-STRAIGHT or visit them online at straith.org to learn more or set an appointment. And I got to personally say, there is nothing like Straith in this area. I've been to the one in Southfield. got their own private rooms if you got to spend the night. They have, it's just a top-notch, clean facility. They offer affordable, minimally invasive treatment for joint pain, robotic hip and knee replacements, which come at no additional cost and will have you pain-free, enjoying the rest of summer within days after surgery. They also have a walk-in orthopedic clinic in Southfield where you can see an orthopedic physician same day, skip to crowded ERs and high deductibles. Call 855-STRAIGHT in advance to reserve your space and skip the wait. If you're nervous about meeting an orthopedic specialist, don't be, because they have a doctor's event every single month, free lunch and learn, where you can meet Dr. Fleischman this month, August 18 in Andiamo in Bloomfield. All you got to do is register at straith.org. So because summer is here and you don't want to be in pain any longer, don't wait. Make the call, 855-STRAIGHT. That's STRAITH, or visit them online at straith.org. Straith Orthopedics is committed to you.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Construction projects are coming up today. Telegraph southbound at 13 miles, single lane closures, and a left lane closure. 96 Jeffries eastbound between Telegraph and Outer Drive. Stormy forecast. Be prepared with the whole house generator from Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Starting at $99 a month, and they'll beat any price. For your free estimate, visit mastercraftheating.com. That's mastercraftheating.com. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Building a world-class sports station in a world-class sports city.
This is Zach Gelb with an Odyssey Sports Minute, sponsored by Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-899-GOLD to get your free investment guide. The Brooklyn Nets, if healthy, should be in the NBA Finals this season. Last year, we saw Kevin Durant without Kyrie Irving and James Harden playing on one leg almost defeat the Bucks in the playoffs. The Los Angeles Lakers, if healthy, should also be in the finals this season. During the last 2 years, the Lakers are 34-6 when AD scores at least 29 points. If these two teams reach the finals, imagine the names we would see battle it out for a Larry O'Brien trophy. KD, Harden, Kyrie, LeBron, AD, and let's not forget about Russell Westbrook, and I guess Carmelo Anthony too. We haven't even started next season, but it's clear that right now, the best finals matchup in 2022 would be KD's squad squaring off against LeBron's Lakers. I'm Zach Gelb.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call clickgrainger.com/safety or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So you've got an oil change coming up? We'll help you find everything you need to do the job right. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Pennzoil high mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $28.99. And you can get it all fast, your way. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery. Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history. I made the best salad ever, people, and now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and season rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing!
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 1-800-270-7117. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
With Metro by T-Mobile, an iPhone 12 mini with 5G on us, you rule.
You bet I do. As a handyman hustling to finish my degree, Metro has me covered. I got the latest iPhone 12 mini when I switched, and it's got so many features, like the all-new Ceramic Shield technology. Now, if I drop my iPhone, it won't set me back. And the best feature yet? That super fast 5G speed. So, whether I'm quickly downloading my digital textbooks on the go, or 4K videos to help build the perfect bookshelf, I've got the latest tech and the speed I need to get the job done right.
Switch to Metro and get an iPhone 12 mini with 5G on us. After 3 months happens when you trade in your device. Powered by the T-Mobile 5G network.
I'm Ollie, and that's how I rule my day with Metro.
With qualifying port plan and trade-in plus tax on pre-rebate price rebate via virtual prepaid MasterCard. Not valid in Connecticut, Rhode Island, Miami-Dade. Video at 480p. See store for details.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. If you haven't refinanced your mortgage in 2021, you need to call Hall Financial right now to see if you qualify for our no appraisal 8-day close. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
We were all crushed when colon cancer took Jamie Samuelson from us. Jamie Samuelson night at Comerica Park is August 17th when the Tigers play the Angels. Special ticket packages include a $5 donation to provide colonoscopy screenings to those who can't get one. Details at 971theticket.com.
971 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
97.1 The Ticket. Ticket text number, phone call 248-539-9797. We're talking about the first day of padded practice. There was a little scuffle between two guys yesterday at the Lions training camp. A big brawl out in New York with the New York Football Giants. A player cut in Carolina. A little bit of a different case on that one. But I guess my question is, if you were out at practice yesterday and witnessed full pads, now Rieger and I are going to be out there Friday morning.
Yes.
I'm hoping that we'll get a chance to see a full padded practice. Did you enjoy the dust up? Like, did it make a difference for you as a fan? Do you think that a team that is willing to scuffle a little bit is doing what they have to do to get ready for a 17-game season, a violent game of football?
Are you willing to break out in the cold sweats? You gonna be okay?
Friday it's going to be a challenge because if we were there,
you're gonna want to hit somebody.
We were there
and I'm
Monday
gonna be very close to you, so don't hit me.
I'll do my best, and I've been able to control that for the most part throughout my life.
Working
between the lines, just in general. Between the lines is generally where it happens, but the lines, let's say, have been blurred since I'm not allowed to be between the lines. So we'll see what happens Friday morning. We're also going to have, sounds like we're going to have Dan Campbell. We're going to get a chance to talk to him Friday morning at Lions training camp, so make sure you stay tuned in.
You're big with the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got pull.
Yeah.
You're a former Lion. Mm-hmm. You're well respected. What do you say? One-time offer. While we're down there, after the show, get a little video, put it on the website. I'll put pads on, you put pads on. One hit. I'll give you one hit. I'll give you one hit on me. How bad can it be?
So
as long as it's legal.
As long as it's legal, no problem. Yes, I would love to. You just have made my week. I might not be able to sleep between now and then.
You think I have a helmet the size of my head?
I think I can provide that.
I'm serious. I will let you, but I get to hit you then, too. What am I, a clown? I'm glad I can provide this comic relief for you guys. No comedy, please. No comedy, please, this morning.
Yes, you're not good at comedy. Sure, you can take any legal shot you want to be.
Like, are we talking? I get a running start, right?
That's fine.
Yeah,
you can start from 40. You can start from 20. Hell, you can start from 100 yards away.
So I'm allowed to hit illegally. You
illegally? That's fine too. I don't care. Yeah.
So I can bring a baseball bat if I need to. you have to hit legally, though.
Me hitting you legally will hurt more than you hitting me illegally.
Do you think it they call HR? Do you think workman comp? I mean, that would be a work accident, correct?
I don't know. There may be some waivers.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Eastways Road.
I don't know. That would be big on my list of accomplishments, I feel. John Jansen, I took a hit on it.
From him, yes. I actually, that did cross my mind because I was going to bring the pads out on Monday. And then I learned that they weren't going to be in full pads, but over the weekend, because they're in my office over at Michigan Football, I couldn't get in on the weekend because of COVID protocols. You got to fill out all of this stuff, and the access wasn't there. So I will have my pads. I will get my Lions helmet. And I'm going to see if there's the possibility for us to requisition another set of pads.
They're going to be smaller.
See, you probably don't even think of wider pads. Do I think you know how to put them on? I guarantee you will be asking questions. How do I get these pads on?
No, I won't.
Where does this buckle go?
That would be embarrassing. I'm going to watch a YouTube video on how to put the pads on. Before Friday. We can do this. Like, look at these ticket tags rolling in. Live stream this, please. Listening to John laugh at Jeff saying he was going to hit him made my morning. Also, if it really does happen, it will be appointment viewing. Listen, I fillet a fish with you.
Yes.
I got no issue as long as I'm allowed to hit you. You can hit me. Do you think I can stay on my feet?
Turn left onto Eastways Road.
In either situation, no.
Well, me trying to lunge at you. I feel I probably will, but
In
I
1.2 miles, turn left onto North Adams Road.
When I hit you?
Yeah.
No chance.
Yeah.
Your feet won't even touch the
You're allowed to get a running start.
I won't need a running start.
You're gonna just use two hands, like push me? What are you gonna use, a shoulder?
We may have to revisit this when we go live at 9 o'clock on Twitch, because just the way that you said, am I gonna push you? I won't need to push you. All I'm gonna do is come out of my 3-point stance.
Right, yeah. You need good technique. I mean, that is a must.
Well, good technique, it saves you from injuries, and I'm hoping, I don't want to get hurt in this just because you're my speed bump.
And that doesn't leave you.
No, it does not. You do something long enough, often enough, for enough times, and it's just good technique it's a habit. That habit has not left me.
I'm gonna get Dan
And my
Campbell.
want to just destroy someone has not left me.
I'm gonna get Dan Campbell to coach me up before this happens. See what kind of coach he really is. Do you remember back in the day? Greg, you might remember this. John, I don't know if you were here, but do you remember Don Shane used to do the segment Dear Don?
At the next light, turn left.
Or he'd go on the ice with Yzerman or Fedorov. Yeah. This is gonna be Dear John.
We're gonna go to a break. I'm gonna try and
There's more tickets. They could drop Rieger from a plane and he would still bounce off John. Just hug the wife and kid before you leave the house that day. That's Mike and Williams.
I hope your wife is still listening. Maybe when you get home tonight, she can talk a little sense into
Make
you.
Rieger dress up as a Sparty. That's right. I'm gonna wear scarlet and gray too. You might kill me.
Yes, I might. And actually, I'm glad you mentioned Scarlet and Gray, because I still have a story I'm going to get to. We'll get to it later in terms of a brawl in practice that I was involved in.
In 1.5 miles, turn left onto Timberview Trail.
20 rankings out, who's in, who's out in the Big Ten, and some thoughts that we may have on the top 5. We'll get to that next when we come back. 97.1 The Ticket.
SYT HD1 Detroit. Odyssey station, sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk, this is 97.1 The Ticket.
Biggie milestone counters in left field at Comerica Park continue to get higher and higher. Hit number 2,944 and home run number 498 in front of the screaming fans in Detroit last night. Biggie passing Frank Robinson in career hits and is now 36th all-time. More importantly, his RBI helping the Tigers win again, beating the Red Sox 4-2 at home. They're now 12-6 since the All-Star break and creeping up the standings. Akil Baddoo had an RBI double, the game-winning hit, and he seems to be enjoying watching Miguel Cabrera go to work.
It's crazy. I mean, I grew up watching him and playing with him on my video games, so to be his teammate and witness it like in real time, it's amazing. His career, all the milestones that he has, it's just remarkable. I'm like, wow, I just sit back and just take it all in.
Casey Mize will take the bump for tonight's game against the Red Sox. From Tokyo, American Sydney McLaughlin and Delilah Muhammad taking gold and silver in the 400-meter hurdles. Both of them break the world record while doing so. Simone Biles taking bronze in the balance beam. American Nelly Corda one shot back after round one of women's Olympic golf. She's 4 under. USA women's basketball routs Australia 79-55 to make it to the semifinals. 19-year-old Athing Mo wins the 800-meter for the Americans. The total medal tally for the U.S. so far at the games, 76, 29 of them being gold. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
I think I've regained my composure after the absurdity that happened in the last 10 minutes.
No, it's not absurdity. You said you wanted to hit somebody. I'm giving you the opportunity to hit somebody at Lions training camp on Friday.
I appreciate you making that sacrifice.
Let's get the team around. Gather around. I'll put the pads on. I won't ask a single question. I will dress myself like a big boy. And the only caveat is I get to hit you if you hit me.
Okay.
There's a ticket text. Do you want some of these real quick?
Yes, please.
I think Rieger is showing signs of CTE already for even suggesting this stunt. Jeff would need to do something like the guy did in the movie The Last Boy Scout to hurt John. Do you remember that? Pulled out the gun. Although he shot himself.
Yeah.
Yes. If John
Turn left onto Timberview Trail.
Then Rieger better wear a Clinton Portis jersey and a Washington helmet. That's from Jay.
I do think I have a CP jersey. Might have to bring that for you.
Yeah, dress me up, thanks. Pay-per-view for charity. I got no issue with that. And then a couple more for you.
Give it to us.
In half a mile, turn right onto Ivy Glen Circle.
I got no issue. I'll take one hit from you. I got no issue with that at all. But then, of course, there's this text. The only pad Rieger can put on depends. You knew that was coming. Oh, one more. Stay on your feet. You won't even stay in your shoes. Yes, I would. Could you imagine how embarrassing it would be for you if you hit me and I don't fall off my feet? That would be such an embarrassment for you.
Yes.
Yeah, you would have to quit. You would have to move.
I'd have to retire.
Witness relocation for John Jansen. Where did John go? Well, you know what? He left town after he hit Rieger, and Rieger kept his footing.
Well, we've already seen. I went into your world this past winter because you're the runner now, and we raced around the building.
We did it.
How did that?
Turn right onto Ivy Glen Circle.
I mean, not great.
Then the destination is on your left.
Yeah.
With Rieger running awkwardly.
Yeah, I mean, I run awkwardly. What do you want from me? It's funny, though. Like, I see John sometimes, because I worked with him for a full week. So I saw you walking with a limp one day. And I thought to myself, we were both outside. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity to race and beat an
The destination is on your left.
in an athletic competition.
1101 Ivy Glen Circle.
And I didn't think you'd say yes, too.
Arrived.
So I'm like, John.
Can't say no.
I'm like, John, you want to race around the building? And you're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, oh, crap. So then, of course, I had to go through with it, and you beat me. In fact, I'm pretty sure you would die before losing to me. Like, you would die trying to beat me. Very, very embarrassing on your part if you lost to me.
Yes, it
Like
would be.
Michigan football and their rivals.
Yes.
They're going to do it or die trying.
Yes.
Good
Well
point.
done. I think that was said, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think Jim
Big
Harbaugh
Ten
might have
Media
said that.
Days, yes. And speaking of college football, ESPN did come out yesterday, or